Welcome to another video on my Arduino Mega2560 connected to a laptop but operating independently. Also connected to a breadboard with electronics and fischertechnik mechatronics. And motor with chain built with a switch that should control these two motors in a way. And right now nothing is working. Well, nothing is not working. Electronics is working, but not quite the way I imagined. And then let's see whatever this is doing. Absolutely nothing. And this one is doing well. On the oscilloscope I can see that the voltages are nicely responding, but there's no response to the motors, which is not nice. What I ended with last time was the discovery that some signal was not entirely as expected right here. So what I need to do is find out which one of these wires actually show this signal. And right now I can see that when I press this switch, that on the oscilloscope I get the right, the very correct response. When I press this switch, I get it too. Well, that is on the wrong, on the very wrong port. So I'll have to rewire this, because right now it goes to the ground, and it should go to well, this it should go here, so I have to switch these two. Let's do it right away. So this one has to be connected to the ground, and this one has to be connected to the signal. So now I have to relocate this one to, well, actually just to the wire, and this is now correct. So now I should be able to see in the monitor that the signal is being given. That is one thing. What I'm more worried about is that that nothing from the mechatronics is working. So, well, there is power, there is minus, but there are some LEDs that are not functioning, which is also strange. So whatever is going on, I am not quite sure. Anyway, let's go see to the software and the oscilloscope what I can find out more. Alright, so one wiring here, and you can see what I do. This is slightly better. So one wiring here complete. Then looking at the oscilloscope at the bottom, this is working correctly, although yeah, it is. Although I'm measuring here, the signal should be measured right there. So let me change this. to the other location, and that would be this one. And yeah, still working. Then right there, this is working too. The big problem is why is anything running? This is working nicely. Ah, wait, that now I hear this motor. I just touched that transistor and now I hear this motor here whining. That is one thing. And now I hear two motors. Yep, and that's one thing. Alright. So I have to move everything a little bit backwards. See, that is the way I want it. Just that for some weird reason this motor doesn't do a thing. So the motor does want to do something, but let's try this one again. Alright, so is this done influencing? Oh yeah, that's of influence. This one is also influencing. Look at this. Very much of influence, but it doesn't do a thing. It doesn't run. So here I have a problem. As of why doesn't it do a thing? And I did test it and it works. So I did test it with the power controller, which came out very positive. So that's one thing. How about the monitor? The monitor says nothing specific. What worries me? Okay, I need to find out more. Apart from a strange motor that does not want to run, which is on that motor, this one, I have two other motors that do not run. So they are not influenceable by a voltmeter at the moment. So why don't they work? Well, I know the switches work by now, although one motor doesn't do it. And then I need to be careful which wire to take. So I am going to measure the situation around these circuits. And then I should take, for example, this one and very careful. Removing the probe and moving it somewhere else. For example, right here. Or this one should actually be in front of the resistor. And this one as well. Right here. And then see why things don't work. So now the yellow one is actually connected to this motor. And let's adjust the time base a bit. So it's now clear that this motor, of which this is the signal, has a low there's quite a low signal. Oh wait, I'm measuring the wrong signal. See, that is better, much better. So it should go slow anyway. Where does it come from? It comes from pin 4. So let's look at pin 4. Output analog out pin 4. Yeah. How is it controlled? Output 2. This one. And it is, oh wait, and pin 7 is this one, which goes straight to this motor, which does work. So if I check out the wiring, then out pin 7 goes from here, and I better show it like this. So it goes from here. Let's see if I'm entirely correct. Yes, this one to here, to this circuit, which in turn controls this motor. So that is output 2. Output 4 is this one, goes through this green wire all the way up here for this motor, and then we're talking about this motor. It's the same value. And since this motor works, I know that this should work too. So both are controlled. Actually, that would implicate that both motors are controlled by the same potmeter. Is that true? Potmeter value 2. And that one. Is that one? Yeah. So output motor 2 is directly influenced by the potmeter. That means that both are connected like that, then it is very strange that this one doesn't work at all. And I know it did in the past. And I also know that this one is working because this LED, oops, I know that this one is working because this LED is burning. So that is not a problem. What I can do for right now is relocate this wire, and I have to do it very gently. Right here, or more appropriately right here. Right, and then things stop completely for some reason. Yeah, right, the entire power is off. Oh, I have a problem. Now I really have a problem. The wire has broken off. I have to try to fix something quite quickly. This is a major oops. Alright, saved by a pocket knife and some patience, I managed to extract broken wire. But what is much more important is the conclusion that it does work when I hold the wire here and get the motor working. So the big question is then, why doesn't it work the way it is supposed to? Which is behind the transistor, because now whatever I do, it is not working. Is then the same thing applicable for this motor, the smaller one? Let's put this one, oh, let's put it like this. So then this wire here, same thing. Very nice and easy. However, that is not the intention. The intention is to run it like this. And both don't. And yes, I already explained in previous videos, it is safer to do it from behind a transistor circuit than in front of or without. So now I know that the signal is good. Although if you look here, it is not a very large signal. How large is that voltage anyway? Alright, signal 2. Let's amplify. No, that's amplification. No. Look at this. So now a cell is 1.5 volt. with a clear signal. So I put it back to 5. Anyway, they do work. What shall I do? Yeah, for the time being, let's keep it then unsafe, so I know what is going on, which means that this wire is going to be here, and this wire is going to be put or should be put right here, and then alright, now the screwdriver. Okay, that's difficult because it should be influenced by the potmeter, and it's now shown that it isn't. How about this, the other one? I'm turning the potmeter. This short motor, this small motor here, is just running around, just running. So now the remaining question is, why isn't this motor working? And I still have not found the answer, unless I put this wire right here, as I have done with all the others, but even then it doesn't do a thing. So now I have 3 motors running and one doesn't. Very, very odd. How to do that? Alright, some more analysis. So with the probe I can see that this part is getting pulse modulation, as it should. This one is getting some pulse which is not entirely understandable. Also this pulse is varying in length, which is not logical. This one doesn't do anything except staying high. Then this one is the voltage for these 2 motors, and then this one is the voltage for this one, and the remaining one, this one. And this one works, shown very nicely. So why doesn't this one? And worst is, I don't even hear it whine, so it's not controlled anyway. I should take care of keep in mind that this wiring is plus and minus. Then pulling the plug doesn't help. Let's change the voltage once again. And this is a strange thing. Okay, the potmeter does work, but why doesn't the circuit respond? Not this motor, and not the other one. So that is kind of strange, and I can't explain it. But I'm anyway happy that most has been solved, although a lot of questions remain. Now this is working, and I mean this part. So this is working and this is working, although not entirely the way I like. I can start working on having this one interrupted when this switch hits, and for that the speed should go down. Because the slower this one is, the bigger the chance that the timing coincides with it, that it reads, detects the switch, and that this one gets interrupted, because that is important. And this motor, we'll see. And that's about it. Alright, with a few things solved, some small rewiring, well, big rewiring here actually, and the mystery right here. I think this is has been a nice experiment. Some questions remain open, like why don't the transistor circuits work? Why some strange signals in the inductor circuits here, in the sense that the period in the pulse width modulation is quite off. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me on Instagram, please like and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Twitter, please retweet, like and leave a comment. You can also support the blog by making a small donation. Very much appreciated. You can also decide to become a patron and have your name mentioned on my website and or with my video, and all names are under this video. URL to my website, my Instagram and Twitter names, and the ways you can support and donate. Thanks for watching. To be continued.